Good morning and welcome to the 2020 Greeting Card Association Conference and AGM. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda Ferguson and I'm CEO of the GCA. Welcome to our members from across the country and our friends from across the world. Thank you to those of you from America and Australia who are giving up some sleep today to join us. You are all very welcome, particularly during such a busy week, with further lockdowns coming into place across Europe and, of course, the American elections. It's great to have so many of you here. 2020 has, of course, turned into the year that none of us could have imagined. We still have some challenging months ahead. Autumn lockdowns are continuing, with England added this weekend, just as Christmas trading started in earnest. Please note that the panel discussions you will see shortly were recorded at the end of last week before this announcement. However, all remain relevant and contain valuable insight and information. Throughout this year, we have been working closely with a number of other trade bodies to communicate to government as part of a larger group representing a wide variety of retail on our high streets. In the wake of the issues in Wales, we'd fed back to Paul Scully, Secretary of State in the Department for Business, the fact that retailers on our high streets are now set up to retail in a safe, socially distanced way, and that the opportunity for spreading out shoppers during these weeks of trading, which is so important to our economy, offered by keeping stores opened. So, of course, Saturday's announcement has been devastating. In the light of this, we have rejigged the agenda slightly to allow for a longer discussion at the end with our council members. So do please send in your questions on the chat bar and we will endeavour to answer them all from just after 2:15. 2020 has shown the resilience of the greeting card industry. The challenges early in the first lockdown led to many of you reaching out to your communities, donating cards to care homes, connecting with neighbours, and some setting up online shops for the first time, all to ensure that the British could continue to purchase greeting cards. Greeting card sales continued, and while of course the weddings and many other parties couldn't take place, people were sending greeting cards to say sending a hug, love you, miss you, have you run out of toilet paper? Our designers and publishers rose to the challenge of capturing the essence of what was happening in our country in a humorous, light-hearted and touching way to ensure that there were stocks of cards to say what we were feeling to our friends and loved ones. And of course, stock of sympathy cards, which were also sadly in demand. Who can forget the pictures of Captain Tom's 160,000 plus cards? The British reach out to greeting cards in the way that no other nation does, and we should be proud of the part that we play in ensuring that greeting card sending remains a strong tradition in our country. 2020 is proving to be a year of change for this world, with our environmental impact on Earth again under focus and the spotlight on diversity in the wake of the Black Lives Matter protests. Both of these are areas that we will discuss in more detail today. Rachel Hare, our president, will talk about the improvements she is making in her business to further reduce Belly Button's environmental impact. Do speak to your suppliers about what they are doing, and in the meantime today, visit our sponsors' booths in the breaks to see some interesting initiatives from them. In the wake of the Black Lives Matter protests relating to George Floyd, we were contacted by some of our Black publisher members, challenging us to consider diversity among card ranges and also what we were doing to encourage Black people into our industry. We asked for members interested in helping us to drive the agenda in our industry to come forward. We then set up Zoom discussions with key retailers to share experiences and challenges. Thank you so much to all of you who stepped forward to join us in this discussion. We all learned. And Council Member Mark Calaby, joint owner of O'Dear, will be leading further discussion later this morning with several key retailers and council members, revisiting and expanding on discussions already had and the work that the GCA is doing to understand more and help drive this agenda. Britain is a multiracial country. Our capital has been populated by immigrants since Roman times, and by 2030, 2/3 of London students will be from ethnic minorities. A Leeds University study says the proportion of Black, Asian, and other ethnic minorities in the UK will rise from 8% of the population to 20% by 2051. This makes us the unique, exciting country that we are, and it is right that we celebrate this in our cards. But it is also imperative that we all consider this if we are going to keep young people engaged with card sending. So I urge you all to listen to the diversity panel discussion shortly after 11:15 this morning. Much of the work of the GCA is done in subcommittees. And in March, our Thinking of You Week subcommittee hastily got together over Zoom and agreed to speed up the transformation of our Thinking of You Week website. Paper Salad had designed us a new logo and livery in January, and who would have thought of the subsequent significance of the rainbow that was a key part of the design. We set up a gallery of members' cards, which gave us an opportunity to showcase the fantastic design innovation among blank general Thinking of You cards in our industry, and of course, give consumers the opportunity to choose from a wide range of designs when their shops were closed. I hope this brought incremental sales to the many of you who sent us your cards. And I know from those of you who did contact us that it did improve your search engine rankings. We will keep this gallery of Thinking of You Week cards going, so do please keep sending in your designs. Thinking of You Week 2020 was the biggest yet, with retailers large and small all over the country joining in. Many for the first time, some are already talking about their plans for next year.
There is a simpler way of letting someone know that you're thinking of them. Personal, thoughtful, keepable. There's nothing quite like a greeting card to let someone special know that you're thinking of them. Join us this Thinking of You Week, the 21st to the 27th of September, to create a wave of happiness by sending greeting cards to the special people that you're thinking of. Find out more at thinkingofyouweek.cards. Thinking of You Week. Send a card, deliver a smile.
The launch of our Thinking of You Week gallery also gave our industry some great media coverage, including the 6 o'clock news across the country on ITV. So thank you to Bruce and Windles and Postmark in Chiswick, who all agreed to be interviewed by ITV. Representing the greeting card industry to the media is a key activity of the GCA. We work hard on your behalf to ensure that greeting cards remain viewed as a positive form of communication by the British consumer. In the last month alone, I have spoken to journalists from The Economist, The Sunday Times, ITV, Meridian, BBC, Health and Living, and Women's Weekly. Often it's just rebutting a negative "people don't send cards anymore" question. That means a downbeat article either doesn't get into print or has a more positive turn. Other times it's a one-line comment, like in the Sunday Times a couple of weeks ago, serving to remind people to buy their Christmas cards. or joining a discussion such as Radio 4's You and Yours last Tuesday. Any media opportunity we work hard to turn into a positive for our industry. Another example was in January when we were contacted by The Guardian, who were writing a feature on Valentine's Day cards, and they wanted some historical information. The journalist was keen to meet up, so we agreed to meet at the Spring Fair, where of course she was able to see the fantastic array of cards available in our industry and talk to many of you. And as a result, she wrote a 3-page feature the day before Valentine's Day. As we build up our links with the media, we will involve as many members as possible. The BBC are currently doing a programme on Christmas due to air, and Christmas traditions due to air in December, and 2 of our West Country members have volunteered to be interviewed for this. As soon as we get the preview we've been promised, I'll share it with you. The GCA also represents our industry to other outside bodies, such as the Royal Mail, currently more important than ever as they review their regulatory obligations under the Universal Service Operation. We have a close working relationship with the Royal Mail that goes back many years and has played a key part in ensuring we retain the simple one price goes anywhere mail system that is the envy of the world. The PIP logos that we use on the back of our cards were the result of us working with the Royal Mail in previous years. We enjoy 6 days a week delivery and collection and a reliable next day delivery in the UK, which ensures that people can post a birthday card one day and know it will arrive the next. We know from our discussions from colleagues in other countries that the reduction of mail services and the complicating of pricing, for example, charging more for square cards, has resulted in a huge drop-off in card sending. It is therefore very important that we continue to work closely with the Royal Mail and certainly make our voice heard during this current review. I had another meeting with the Royal Mail senior management a couple of weeks ago, and they confirmed that the simple one price goes anywhere mail system will continue, which is good news. More good news, as you may have read in the press, is that they've now launched a parcel collection service, meaning that you can actually book a collection with your postman for a parcel. This isn't available for cards, but obviously if you're sending a present, the card will be in it. However, the 6 days a week delivery collection and next day delivery are both under review. The Royal Mail is losing money on letters where cards are categorised and is currently undergoing a restructure which is focused very much on parcel delivery. We understand the Royal Mail can't afford to keep losing money. However, we need to have our voice heard to ensure that social mail does not become a casualty of the review. We all know the pleasure and mental health benefits of sending and receiving cards, which were illustrated by the Royal Mail's own research in 2016. It's available actually on our Thinking of You Week website. We will remain in close contact with the Royal Mail, and we are currently awaiting a response to letters that we've written to both them and Ofcom on the industry's behalf, and we'll keep you up to date. Another major project resulting from the work of our IT subcommittee is our fabulous new website. We are hugely grateful for the work and commitment put into this by Raj from Nettle.com, who won the GCA bid to design the website. Raj is going to talk through the key benefits of the website in a minute, but I just want to say, please do all of you sign up and complete your members directory. The website, as well as having a wealth of information to help you build your business, will also offer us the opportunity to present our industry to consumers and retail buyers looking for specific cards. We know we lead the world in greeting card design and innovation, and this new website will enable us to showcase this and showcase our wonderful industry, but we can only do this if you fully complete your company details in the members directory. 2020 has meant that we've all improved our IT capabilities. My 84-year-old mother has been Zoom meeting her church during lockdown, and Zoom has of course allowed us all to connect in a both personal and business way as we never have before.
It has allowed us to meet more regularly as a GCA council, which has enabled us to drive so many issues forward through this lockdown period. We have also offered online seminars. We worked with supplier members, Skylight, on a seminar for members wanting to set up a website for the first time, and Briffa for those wanting to expand their knowledge and understanding of licensing and copyright. It was great to welcome so many independent retailers into our membership onto the back of the first of these. These seminars are certainly things that the GCA will do more of in future. So if there are subjects that you'd like us to cover, please let us know. And of course, in the members' library, as well as these, there are other historic seminars and presentations that remain useful and relevant today. So please do log on and visit this and look for the subjects that you're interested in. Clearly, we can all look forward to a time when we can get out and meet people in person. And certainly, I hope that we can all come together in 2021 for our annual conference in Manchester. We will hold the Dragon Speed Dating event in the beginning of 2021 too. However, in the meantime, we will continue to explore online options to increase the number of events we can do for you, our members, going forward. Now back to today. We have a packed agenda with several council members leading different parts of it. We will be hearing from independent retailers and small groups and nationals, people like the Bottom Drawer, Portadown, Lark London, Waterstones, Card Factory, Scribbler, Paperchase, Sainsbury's, lots coming up. And at the end of the day, we will hold a live discussion and question and answer session with our council members. So please do add your questions to the chat bar during the day, and we'll be ready to answer them live on Zoom around 2:15. Now I want to move on to council elections. I'm delighted to say that we've had 4 really strong nominations for new council members. Council have voted unanimously to ask all 4 to join the council, as we actually had 4 council places available. The 4 are David Byte, CEO of Swan Mill Group, Adriana Lovesey, Elegant by Design, trading as Mrs. Lovesey, Tanika Smith, owner of Hugh Tribe, and Carolyn Verdemont, head of sales at Caroline Gardner. You will meet Adriana and Tanika shortly as they are joining our diversity panel. But could I ask you all to please make Adriana, Carolyn, David and Tanika welcome, and we look forward to working with you all. Thank you. During the day, do use the chat function to talk to friends that you can see are also here, or to obviously leave questions for us so that we can answer them at the end. And now I'd like to hand over to our treasurer, Lisa Shoesmith, who is going to talk through our accounts. And also to thank Lisa for all the time she's given to helping me set up our new account system properly and update our processes. Your help has been invaluable. Lisa is sadly leaving the council as she is no longer in the industry, but she's agreed to continue working with us for a few hours a month to keep us on track. Thank you, Lisa. And also thank you, council member Daniel Prince from Danilo, who's agreed to stand up for treasurer going forward. You'll meet him soon as well. Lisa, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Amanda. Before I present the year-end accounts, I would like to let you know about some changes that have been made to the financial side of the GCA. Firstly, having always kept manual records, the GCA started in July 2019 using the accounting software Xero. The setup of this has taken some time during the year. It has allowed better control of the finances, and during the current year, the use of Xero will be expanded and further improvements to the financial systems will take place. The GCA also made the decision to change their accountants to a Xero specialist accountants, and Chapman Worth LLP were appointed in July 2020 and have prepared the accounts which I will present. Turnover for the year has remained relatively stable, but the accounts show a fall in turnover of approximately £13,500 for the year. This is due to a change that has been made in the way the income received in advance figure has been calculated, and for the year ended June 2020, this is approximately £15,000 more than last year. Overall, expenses are slightly higher than last year, and this can be attributed to higher costs for the 100th anniversary AGM, as well as increased IT costs with some necessary upgrades, a rebranded Thinking of You Week website, and the first stage payment towards the new GCA website. The accounts therefore show a deficit of just over £13,000. The balance sheet still shows a strong position with cash reserves of over £90,000, although this is down from the levels of £123,000 last year, and the impact of COVID can be seen in the value of trade debtors at almost £25,000 compared to just £1,000 last year. As Treasurer of the GCA, I believe these accounts show a true reflection of the financial position for the year ended 30th of June 2020. I shared this with the GCA Council and recommended that these accounts be signed, which has been done. As Amanda said, I am now no longer employed within the greeting card industry and I'm sadly unable to continue on the GCA Council and as Treasurer, although I will be staying in touch. I have really enjoyed working in this industry and wish everyone well. I hand over the role of Treasurer to Daniel Prince from Danilo, and he will now say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lisa, for the introduction and for all your work as Treasurer and today's excellent presentation of the GCA latest accounts. We will certainly miss you. Just a bit of background for those that don't know me. I started working at Danilo in 2001, having originally qualified as a Chartered Certified Accountant. So I've done the boring bit already, as you could say. Now, coming into a family business like Danilo was an interesting experience at a time when we were developing ourselves in the greeting card market, so I know what it's like at all the growth stages of developing a greeting card business. I have a wealth of financial experience that I use in my current role as Managing Director of Danilo. I look forward to working with Amanda and helping all the members. I've become very passionate about greeting cards and I'm very proud to serve on the GCA as its Treasurer. I am fully aware there are a number of issues facing publishers and keen to help with such issues and find solutions in this rapidly changing industry. Which brings me on to the GCA Market Report, where I'd now like to welcome Darren Cave from UK Greetings to present this year's report. Enjoy the rest of the day, everyone.